Hello, this is Think Big for Africa podcast. My name is Ekene Banye, your host. Today, I have another young Nigerian. He's an entrepreneur with disruptive business ideas. And according to him, an upcoming African unicorn founder. Okay. He's the CEO of Happivibe Services. And he's a storyteller. So today he will be telling us so many stories about him. His name is Chukwuma Ezeh. Chukwuma, how are you?
Hello, Akine. Thank you for having me on here. I am fine. I am good. And how are you?
I'm good. So tell me, whereabouts do you live in Nigeria?
Oh, I'm based in Lagos. I'm
Okay.
businessman based in Lagos, Nigeria, western part of Nigeria.
Okay. See, I grew up in Lagos. My neighborhood, the neighborhood I identify with is Bariga Shomolu in Lagos.
Bariga.
Yeah.
I actually moved out from Bariga.
See,
I lived in Akoka, and my Akoka is
good.
very
See,
close to
okay.
Bariga.
So
I know Bariga is a very
okay. You're talking about my neighborhood. Yeah. I grew up in Bariga, and I went to school in Akoka. Actually, I went to CMS Grammar School. Okay, 1, 2. I went to the University of Lagos. So I lived around there for most of my young. Yeah. So I grew up there. So that's me. So tell my audience about you and what you do.
All right. Well, my name is Chukwuma Ezeh. I'm an entrepreneur. I run a couple of businesses in the eastern part of Nigeria. I'm into welding, I'm into barrel rentals. But in Lagos, I run a calling service which helps to spread happiness, amongst people in relationship, family members, colleagues, human beings, basically. You just want to make another person happy. You reach out to my company and we'll help you place a telephone call, a voice call to your loved one. And our goal is to get them happy or cry tears of joy on your behalf. So This is basically what I do. And so far, we've been able to do it in thousands of times all over the world and in different languages. So this is what I do right now.
Very good. See, but let's take you back a little bit. Okay. Yes, you say in your profile, which I read, you said you started with the Igbo apprenticeship system. So where you started your entrepreneurship, tell us a little bit about that. See, that system is for me, it's a very good system, but I don't know if we need to modify it a little bit. So tell us about the system, your view of the system, and how you started your entrepreneurship from it.
Well, the thing is, the Igbo Apprenticeship system is something the Igbo developed for themselves to help lift themselves up economically. They've been doing it for a while, but then after the war, it became more mainstream that an Igbo man who's able to stand financially, economically, should take his brother and also help them stand, help them learn a trade, and then establish. So that's the idea behind servitude, which is always like, if everybody has money, we'll all be better. If everybody is able to have their own money, we'll all be better. We won't be fighting each other.
Yeah.
But after a while, it's evolving into something else, which human beings, if there's a market where there are no rules protecting the weaker party, it's exploited. So if you ask me, I would say today it's a system that has lost a lot of relevance. It's in the 21st century. Children shouldn't be learning how much stopcock is. Most of us should be learning coding, we should be learning digital marketing, blogging. These are the jobs of the future. The truth is, the markets are going to be overrun by technology. Very soon, people don't need to go to markets to buy the products they use. I don't even go to markets anymore. I order most of my stuff from my house. I need a fridge, they're going to bring it here for me. I'm just going to pay for delivery. I already know the price online. So if you go and learn how to sell a fridge, you go and learn how to sell a fridge, and you go to a shop and you are selling a fridge, somebody is going to be at their house and start ordering it from Jumia, from Conga, and what have you. And you're going to go hungry in the market where you are paying for utilities and all that. So it's becoming an obsolete system, but we can find a way to repurpose it, find a way to adapt it to the needs of the 21st century, where if I'm making it in tech, I take other children, I train them, I equip them to do well in tech too, and they do well in relevant stuff today. But the one of having to serve 6 years, and at the end of 6 years, your master gives you anything he will like, which less than 15%, from my own observation, less than 15% of the boys who enter servitude make it to the final end of their servitude and get settled. Even I didn't make it to the end. At some point, I couldn't make it to the end. At some point, I had to split ways. So a lot of boys who enter servitude do not finish it, do not get established, settled, and then start the journey of getting established in the market and taking care of themselves. So I think it is a good ideology, but it needs to be easily calibrated. The word, it needs to be adapted and readjusted to fit into the needs of the 21st century, so that it can stay relevant. Then how I started, but the truth is that was how I started my entrepreneurship journey. Once I was done with my secondary school, I left 3 months after I went into servitude. I started my master in plumbing materials. I learned how to navigate the market system, sell, in an enclosed market environment, sell goods. So it made me become entrepreneurial in spirit, and I even started exploring other businesses like barrow business, transportation business, and later on, when I became a free man, I did welding and then moved over to welding. I still do it now. My senior brother manages the business, and I still have my barrow rental house, which fits about 20 people. My younger brother manages business. So, and then I now, because an entrepreneur will always keep thinking of what else can I do to give more value and get more money, to give more value to the society, get more money, employ more people. So I during the pandemic, I also started Happivibe Services, and it's been going good. So that's my journey from servitude. I broke free. Broke free. I started a welding business. I was running my barrow business until I now, during the pandemic, and I started Happivibe and moved over to Lagos.
Yeah, see, I like what you said. Use the word give value. You see, that's what a lot of people don't understand. A lot of young people who want to make money, they don't understand that the only way you make money, you earn money in business, in anything we do, is give value. You need to give value to someone else for them to appreciate it by paying you money. See, so I like the fact that you use that word, giving value. And see, we really need a lot of our young people to understand that is the only way you earn money, by giving value. See, I'm appalled when I see that young people in Nigeria now are doing ritual killing to make to I don't know how they think the money will fall down from the sky because they sacrificed somebody else. I just don't understand. In the 21st century, young people still adhere to that. I don't know. That's yeah. Anyway, yeah. So what you just said about the apprenticeship system, you see, most people who are involved in that system are traders, and then they become importers. Okay, am I right? Hello.
You're right.
Yeah. So they are traders, and they become importers. Now, what I think we need in Africa, in Nigeria, is to encourage more of them to gravitate towards, yes, some into coding and all that, but into manufacturing rather than importing. I mean, see, we can't continue importing everything we want from China, from the West. We need to gravitate into manufacturing those things we want. And that implies we need to actually understand how those things we import work. That means we need some level of advanced education, engineering, science. See, like, let me know if I'm right. Most of the people, in fact, I don't want to say this, but you speak very eloquently. You know, as yeah, I'm serious. See, I know
average somebody from the market.
Good.
Yes,
See,
yes.
I know a lot of people who went through the system. Okay, they're my friends in Bariga. My neighbor upstairs in the house I lived, they were traders. Okay, so none of them could speak like you. Okay, so what I'm saying is this.
Because most of us, once we leave our secondary school, we go to servitude,
yes.
We leave education, we just focus on importer, exporter.
Exactly.
You know? For me, I was intentional about self-education, changing my circles, learning more. You know, that is why I can be able to have this conversation with you. I can be able to share my stories on LinkedIn. A lot of them don't even know what LinkedIn is. You know, a lot of them don't even know what LinkedIn is. Stop more of using the platform for professionals, which they should as business people. But I'm just, I would say, not lucky. I put in the work, but it's rare finding people who are traders, especially in the East, and also have, you know, the knowledge of tech. And that is the reason why it's scary, because the world is advancing at a fast rate. If they do not catch on, most of them don't have internet penetration, presence on the internet. If your business is not on the internet, your business is going to die. It's bound to die.
Yeah.
Okay, it's bound to die. Most of them don't have internet. Most of them are still learning how to use Facebook. You know, and that is going to affect in the next 10, 20 years, their businesses will die off because they are not positioned for the internet. And that is why I keep saying these things, even the market should be aligned for the 21st century. The importation, just like you're saying, they should start, instead of importing, start manufacturing. And if the government is, you know, Nigeria, electricity and all that, but as long as the electricity is there, the power is there, the roads is there, the necessary factors align for production, then we should start doing it here. So please go on.
Yeah. So the point is this: if we don't move towards manufacturing, I don't know. I mean, look at the exchange rate in Nigeria. How long can we continue importing everything we need. We have a lot of young people, but if they don't educate themselves, learn technology, how it works, to help them design those things they import, where are we going? Where are we going? I don't see the way out until we start moving a lot of our young people from importation business and sales into manufacturing. What do you think?
That's of course, because I served the master who was an importer, import from China, import from Dubai. So, you know, we gather money in Nigeria and we go and give them, you know, we buy dollars to go and give, because everything you do in business, you have to do in US dollars.
Yeah.
You know? And once the dollar increases, like I was in the market when I was a houseboy, when the dollar went from 160 something during Jonathan to 200 and something, you know, and from there it went to 300 and something, and today it's at 500 and something. And it affects, once the dollar increases, you know you bought this thing for $3 in China, which is 500 naira. Now that the dollar is $1, 500 naira, that means you have to start selling that thing for 1.5. It's tripled.
Yeah.
You know, so it's crazy. But then I just totally agree with you. We should have a mindset of self-sustenance. Let's start doing it ourselves. You know, let's start producing these things here. We have the human capacity. We have the human resources. Let's bring these companies home. Let's invest in our country, invest in our ecosystem, invest in our, you know, our economy, and make sure that we depend on. Because if China stops supplying what we are using, a lot of things skyrocket. You know, if we stop getting these things from other countries, which is bad. I agree with you on that.
So, you are the founder and CEO of Gem Dekong. I don't know if I pronounce that name. Integrated
Gem Dekong Integrated Services.
Good.
Yeah, that is the arm that runs my welding and my barrows. Yeah.
Okay, so and then you are also the founder of Happivibe Services. So you mentioned it briefly at the beginning. So tell us more about those things, about those businesses.
Well, Gem Dekong Integrated Services is something I started when I came out from my boss's place in Onitsha. My name is Chukwuma Ezeh. Gem Dekong is Gem Dekong.
Okay.
And Gem the Conqueror, yeah, that's it. So I just shortened it. I started the business, and you know, I was in plumbing, but then I migrated to welding, and then, you know, the barrows were also there too. So I continued with the business until in 2020, I now discovered and I founded Happivibe. You know, was inspired. I was like, what can I do from the comfort of my home to give value to the world and still be able to receive pay? Because prior to 2020, I don't know what working virtually means. I didn't even have Zoom on my phone. Wow. I don't know what a Zoom virtual meeting was. You know, I'm a trader in Onitsha. You understand? I don't know what all these things. Yeah, I don't know what, you know, the tech ecosystem was. But stuck at home during the pandemic, no money. My welding business is closed. My you know, the markets are closed, so my barrow business is closed. What can I do to give value to the world and still be able to gain value too? And that is how I say, oh, I have a good voice. Let me put it to use. I can make people smile. I can help people reach out to. I can talk to people and they feel better. Let me start putting it into good use. Let me turn it into a company. That's what I did. And people, you know, surprisingly, my community members on Facebook rallied around me and started supporting it. And it started growing. I started hiring people who speak other languages. And so far, we've been able to make over 17,000 calls across Nigeria in less than 2 years. So that is how the company Happivibe started. Yeah.
Wow. See, I'm I'm happy I'm talking to you today for several reasons. One is your journey into entrepreneurship and what you do right now. Okay, that's one. Two is that you were able during the pandemic to maneuver in a way that most people didn't. Okay, most people were stuck at home and they have lost their livelihood and they couldn't even imagine what next. Okay, now this podcast started during the pandemic, right? See, I wasn't, just like you, I lost a big portion of what I do because most of my clients who are mostly in Africa weren't able to pay anymore. Okay, so I thought about it. Hey, how else can I give value? I started this podcast. Okay, so just like you, I started something to continue doing what I'm doing. So you started Happivibe at the time when most people didn't even know what to do at the height of the pandemic. And like you said, you guys have been able to make over 17,000 calls. So tell me, what kind of calls exactly do you guys do?
So we make appreciation calls, celebratory calls, apology calls, self-love calls, reach out calls. Basically, appreciation is you want to say thank you to your wife for being a kind woman, being so supportive to you, being nice to you, all the support she's given you over the years. Will help you call your wife and deliver that message and play her favorite song and make her happy. You know, these things are going to come like a shock to her because she wasn't expecting it. It's like a shout out from the radio. You know, celebration call is your anniversary, your wife's birthday, you know, who help them, which are your mom, your child, anybody, your friend is celebrating anything. We just help you to call them and wish them on behalf of Ekenebanye. We're calling you from Happivibe Services and we say happy birthday to you. God bless you. He wants to thank you for this you did for him, for being so amazing, for supporting him when he needed it, for being there when he was sick. Blah, blah, blah. These things are little things, but the fact that you went through the process of booking a service to do it, it makes them feel, wow, you know, this is wow. Can I actually went out of his way?
See, the first time he told me about this, I thought to myself, wow, how did he come up with this kind of idea? Well, I guess this is how innovative thinking works, you know, and I guess you can only grow this because many people who are, well, maybe for any reason are not able to make the call by themselves. In fact, I'm sure many people who can't whose friends are angry at them and won't take their own call, they will rather use your services.
They'll rather use you and they will pick it and you know they will try to listen to what you have to say because we are not here to waste your time. Just say what we want to say in 4 or 5 minutes and we're gone. But it will leave a lasting impression in the person's head. You know, they'll be like, oh, he actually did this, or he hurt you. You know, some of your friends, you're not talking to them. You fought with them. You said some bad things to them. You want to apologize, but they block your line. You don't even know how to reach them again. You can reach out to my company, and for $2, we're gonna help you to call them and say he's sorry. He says, please find it in your heart. So you know some things you might not be able to have the boldness to say it.
Yes.
Or because of the relationship. But me, I don't know who your friend is. So my job is just to call them and deliver a message. It's not the pride or the ego or the hurt. It's not my job is to just deliver your message and go. You understand? I'll deliver it in the most professional way and go. And then the person will now, most times, when people receive our calls, it melts their heart. They are like, okay, let me just forgive and forget.
Very, very, very good service.
That's it.
Very good
Yeah,
service.
the thing is, in this world now, is the little things, things that seem as if they don't matter might be the things that matter the most. If you're able to look, you might think, oh, doing cake or something, something small as calling somebody on phone, which we do every day. It's something somebody can just say, let me commercialize it. And then the fact that we do it in different languages. If you are Igbo, we'll add Igbo. If you are Yoruba, Igala, Efik, imagine calling your mother and I'm speaking your mother's dialect.
Yeah.
She's gonna feel, wow, I cannot do this from abroad. She doesn't know how much she paid. But the fact that I called her and I'm speaking to her in maybe Enugu or Anambra dialect, it makes her feel really, really happy. And that's the goal, just to share happiness. Wow. And eventually we're going to scale to just more than 1,000 calls. We're going to scale to a company that anybody in the world can just call in and be happy. 24/7 standby support that you can just call and will make you happy. So that's the goal of the company. Yeah.
Very good. Very good. So tell my audience your business ideology that helped you to drive innovation.
Well, my business ideology is impact over profit. I am somebody who likes, of course, I'm an Igbo man. I like money. I like making money, but at the same time, I know that money is a slave to value. If you offer value, if you make yourself valuable, if you make what you do valuable, people are going to come to you with their money. So instead of running around chasing flies, or instead of running around chasing, just keep the food or keep something that flies are attracted. Instead of running around chasing ants, keep sugar. Go and wait. In the next 5-10 minutes, ants are going to be all over that sugar. So that's what value is. Instead of me going to chase money, which everybody likes, let me go and offer people value, change people's lives, touch people's lives, create something that they will think of and they will like, Chukwuma is the number one in this. Chukwuma's company is the best. If they will deliver, they will mend your relationship. They will once you are able to create that. I go places in Lagos. I just moved here last year, but I enter places in Lagos and people recognize me. I go to Aja and people recognize me. I'm in Bariga, people are recognizing me. Unilag, your school. I cannot enter Unilag and come out without 3-4 people saying, Chuchu, Chukwuma, because I have a following on Facebook. Without people saying, Happivibe, you are here. That's the value. I've been able to create value that anywhere you go, people know you, they identify with you. And once you're able to do that, their money will keep coming to you because they want to be a part of what you're doing.
Yeah.
So that's my ideology. Go and create value, money will follow. So impact over profit. And then be kind to people. My workers, I don't treat them like, hey, you do this. So they are not, even though I'm the boss, but we still relate on, a normal, level where everybody at least understands everybody. There's mutual respect. It's not like I treat my workers like my siblings, like they are my brothers and my sisters, like a family. I don't believe we are just working and I sack you whenever I need. When you come to work for Happivibe, you are like working for a family. If you are sick, we'll give you leave. When you are ready, come back again. Because a lot of them work remotely, and they come in, they work, and when they are not available, they can go later. When it's like Uber.
Yeah.
You are ready to work, you can come in and make calls. When you're not ready, another person calls in your state. So that is also the ideology of what I used to run my company. Kind to people. If you are kind to people, they will rally around you. Most of the people that work for me are not because I pay them millions of naira. No, they work for me because they love what we are doing. They love the impact we are making. They love how you treat them as human beings. They love the energy. They love, the kind of culture at workplace, the way people relate. They are not afraid. They are free to express themselves. They love it, and that is why the company keeps waxing stronger, even though it's still bootstrapped by me. And the company runs itself. The company finances itself. The company company this massive with over 50 employees is financing itself. We haven't sought for investment yet. We will in the the near future, but we haven't. And the company is scrapping itself and going. Why? The culture there is good. The workers believe in it. I cannot run Happivibe alone. If you leave me to run Happivibe, only me.
Yeah.
And, because the dream is no longer just my dream. It is our collective dream. It's all of us that form this system. I might be the leader, but without the people leading the different departments, leading the arm of the community and many other things, the company cannot stand. So my ideology again for business is impact over profit. Go and make impact. Go and create value over profit, and then be kind to your workers, be kind to your staff, treat everybody nice, and that's my ideology.
Very, very, very good. Very, very good. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. So you're a young man. Okay. I'm happy that my audience, who are mostly young people, young Africans, can hear you, hear the excitement in your voice, and they would start believing that they also have the potential of creating impact, okay, giving value, creating impact. So what is your advice to these young people who also want to create impact?
My advice to anybody, any young person who's hearing me is go for it. Just do that thing. Go for it. Be inspired to go for it. If I tell you my own story, I will come there. But one of the favorite quotes that I love is the quote by Marian Williamson. It said, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful measure. It is not our light nor our darkness, not our light, but our darkness that most frightens us. So you're not doing the world a favor by shrinking yourself so that others will not feel insecure around you. Go and shine. Basically, that's what the quote is saying. Just go and do that thing that you're supposed to. Go and shine. And when you liberate yourself from that fear, when you shine, you unconsciously give others permission to shine.
Yes.
I used to be a houseboy in Onitsha, serving my master in the plumbing materials business. Until I logged on to Facebook and I saw people that I grew up with in the same neighborhood doing stuff in their school, in Univer, leading communities of students, leading fellowships, doing programs, great stuff. And I asked myself, bro, this guy grew up in the same neighborhood. We went to the same school, even though he was a year older than me. But we are basically from the same. If he has the potential to win these things, I too can do it. He tells long stories on Facebook and people engaging, friends engaging. He gives value, dishes out. I'm like, I can do that too. So that's how I started telling stories in the market. I will go around, I will interview the person selling food. Tell me your story, man. She'll tell me the story, how she suffered, how she did this, how she did that, and that is why, and this is why she's where she is today, but doing well, doing better. And this is why she's kind, because I was a houseboy then, and she used to give me food, extra food, This is why she's kind to her husband and all that. And I'll post that story, people will love it, Then I'll start, I'll post that story and people will love it, and I'll keep creating stories. Before you know it, I keep doing things, growing, putting myself out there. And that is how I was able to meet people that invested in me, helped me. Even when I left servitude, they made sure I wasn't stranded, supported me with finances so that I can take care of myself, my family, and employ other people. And today, I'm pushing on, firing on all cylinders, doing what I love, and employing there are many people who eat just because I followed my passion.
Yeah.
There are many people who work for Happivibe, who eat, who are able to pay their rent, who are able to buy data and stay online and feed and take care of their family because I did not give up on my dream. So anybody listening, you have what it takes. Find what you love doing. Find what you know how to do. Me, I found what I can do. I can talk. I can make noise. I can shout to people. That is swagger. You understand? I found what I can do and I love doing. And I started it and I made it a business. So if you find what you can do, even if it's barbing hair, even if it's washing clothes, even if you can turn your laundry business into a multi-million-dollar business. If it's barbing hair, there are people in this Lagos that have multi-billionaires because they cut hair. You know, there's a place they cut hair in this South London. Just one hair cost 4,000. Their place is 10,000. Just one hair cost. You know, and this is something someone would do in 20 minutes. And you pay them that amount. So that's the idea behind. Just go out there and do what you want to do.
Very good. Very good. So my last question, which I normally ask my guests. So you have built something that a lot of young Africans will admire. Okay. So what is your vision for Africa in the next 20, 30 years from now? What do you want to see in Africa? What do you want to see in Nigeria in 20, 30 years time?
Self-sufficient. I have a lot of friends abroad. Growing up, my mother, society told me that white people are better. The movies I watch kind of like portray that white people are better, or people from the West are better. But I'm growing up now, realizing shit. They're not better. We are all equal. What it is you can do with your brain. God gave you a brain. God gave me a brain.
Yeah.
I can create magic. I can create value. I can do stuff. And I even do stuff that you depend on. Because right now we are using Zoom that was created by the West. We met on LinkedIn that was owned by the West. I use Facebook that is created by the West. Instagram, WhatsApp, everything we do, we consume from the West.
Yes.
What is it that Africa is producing that the West is consuming?
Okay.
Okay. It's just our music that we're exporting. So we need to now, I look forward to a future where Africa has a bigger share at stake. We have in the next 20, 30 years, Africa's population will double. We have about 1 point something billion now, going to double to 2 point something, 3 point something billion.
Yeah.
I hope that at that time, those billions of people can be able to have a bigger share at the table in world stage where the world depends on our products. The world depends on made in Nigeria clothes. The world depends on made in Nigeria tech. The world uses a messaging platform that is created by all. I hope to see my company become the number one service that helps connect human beings, and their emotions all over the world. And that's the idea. Let us become self-sufficient, self-reliant, where the world uses our own. China at some point didn't have anything. It was a poor country.
Yeah.
Until they experimented with socialism. And today the world depends on China. Even the West depends on China. Biggest economy in the world, even America, they depend on China. If China stops producing stuff, Americans can't buy iPhone. They can't buy a lot of stuff because China has made themselves valuable and the world depends on them. So I hope where we too, the world gets to depend on us for a lot of things, and we serve them and we make money and we grow our economy and we eradicate poverty within our country. That is my vision.
Wow. See, Chukwuma, if more African youths get your ideology of value, creating value to impact people, they take that ideology, Africa will definitely be able to do that. Thank you very much for being a great guest of Think Big for Africa podcast. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. My pleasure.
Yeah. Bye.